walk as the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Dad's Drafts. Today something completely different. I know that there's this add-on that you can install which is called Arena Tutor and it shows you the card ranking. Now I would like to do a challenge with that. I would like to see if picking the highest card ranking actually gets you the best deck. Now of course it's a bit difficult with the colors. I cannot just pick all the best cards because then I will end up with a 5-colored deck card without any tap lands. So I think I will do the first few picks based on the highest ranked card and then take the ones which go with that. Now it should be working. I tried everything, I hope, though I'm not sure if the recording actually shows it. So let's just see how it goes, and if it does show it, then I will say the ranking of the cards. I think it's till 5, ranked up till 5. And if it doesn't work, we'll just do a regular draft. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Alright, now I can see the ranking of the cards. I fear, however, that you cannot, which is unfortunate. I was hoping that it would show at the cards, but I've got this tiny little window that shows it. At least I had it somewhere. I'm not even sure where it is now. Okay, so you will have to, oh, you can see it actually. Okay, so it says Overwolf Dragonstorm is the top pick, which doesn't really surprise me. That's 3.6. And an interesting thing is that it also shows the point difference with the color. So once we're in blue, it will show the best cards in that color. So it's interesting to see these cards at the top. I already picked these quite highly. I'm going to take the Overwolf Dragonstorm because it says it's the best card. Let's continue. Alright, so now it says Molten Exile, and it gets 0 points color difference, plus or minus, simply because we don't have any red cards yet. I think Focus the Mind gets some color bonus, or maybe the... No, nothing? Okay, well, let's just go for the Molten Exile. Sipseeker Praiser gets a very high pick, higher than the Disciple, which is interesting. Does it already have a color difference? No, so I'll just take the Appraiser here. Not the pick that I would do, but hey. So now there's a Wayfarer and the Siege. And the Siege is actually the better card, but it gets minus 0.3 because of the color difference. Now the question is, what do I do? Do I just pick the highest ranked cards? Or do I also go for the color? Let's just go for the Wayfarer, the one that's at the top of the list. At some point I will have to make my colors as in what I'm going to do. Normally I would pick the Digger Island Dragon, but the Salt Road Pack Beast gets a very high rating. But at this point I don't think we're going blue. I don't think we're going white, so I'm going to take the Digger Island Dragon simply because, you know, we are not going into white, probably. Now there's a Devotee and a Shock Brigade. Well, we could end up in red. I don't think we will end up in white, so I'll just take the highest red card. Okay, so this is so far the way it's going. Excuse me for the sound. Sipseeker Praiser, 3.7. I thought I would be more about the minus thing as well. For instance, if I wanted to go for the white one, it should say minus something, but it doesn't. So I'll just go for the Appraiser. I would take the Dragonstorm Globe, perhaps, but let's just take the strongest cards. Unending Whisper gets a 3.1, which is very high. Wayfarer is the higher pick, so I'll just take it. At some point we do have to pick some lands. And I'm not sure if lands are also shown on this. Maybe I can extend. Can I remove this commercial thing? I don't have premium for it, sorry. So it says another Wayfarer, sure. Now it says the Vanguard. Though, I think we don't go with any Mobilize, and the Highlands is more playable for us. So I'll just take the Highlands here. I know that it's a fun challenge, but I also have to make sure that I end up with a somewhat playable deck. I'll take the Monument because it has the highest thing, but I don't think we will play it. Veteran Ice Climber is actually pretty good with the blue-green thing. Twin Bolt gets a higher rating than the Dragonstorm. That's interesting. I'll just put it in the deck for now, but I'm not sure if we will actually play it. I'll have to put my sideboard thing on for a moment. Okay, so Molten Exile very high. Obviously, because it's a very good removal spell. And this gets minus 03 because we have 0 white. This also, Dragon Claw Strike also gets minus 003, but the Exile is simply the best. So let's just take it here. Adapt gets the highest rating together with the Shrine Keeper. Let's just go for the save. I think we're already pretty much in 3 colors, so I'll just take the Adapt here. But I would love to play the Suncrafter Mage. It gets 2.6. Adapt even higher, but it's a challenge. Otherwise I would pick the other card. Bewildering Blizzard, 3 points. Yeah, let's take it. I wonder how high the rating of the New Wave Forward is, because I did play it quite a bit. Yeah, it's not too high. It's very situational. Knockout Maneuver, slamming it. But we do need to get some fixing at some point. I mean, it's pretty clear that we end up in Temur. And we do have some graveyard stuff. Wow, Storm Shell. I was going to take this anyway. 3.7, that's just crazy. But we are going to need fixing, otherwise our mana will be a problem. I don't think we have the Shock Brigade deck. Now we will probably be splashing red, because I think the Exile are also cards that you want to play a turn 4 or something. Focus the Mind. No points difference. Yeah, I'll take the Focus the Mind. Though, I think I'll take the Evolving Wilds. As I said before, we can take all the cards, but we also need some lands simply to make it, or at least fixing, simply to make it all playable. I'll go for the Island Dragon here. Dispelling Exile 3.3. My goodness, that's very high. Even higher than the Wayfarer. Spectral Denial as well. I think the counter spells are very strong, simply because there's quite some big dragons in this set, which are very good if you counter them. Now we don't have anything graveyard related yet, but we do have a lot of self-mill. Gurmag Nightwatch, I don't think we will be going white, so I'll just put this in the sideboard. Oh, I should have clicked here, I think. Oh, then it kept track. Oh, so that's how it works. Let me check if it works like that. I thought it... So it doesn't keep track here. Okay. Well, I wanted the cave thing anyway. I don't think we want a... Here, I'll take another land over the Devotee. 2.7. Yeah, we'll just take the lands. Devotee higher than the Artisan, which doesn't surprise me. Quite full on 2 drops, actually. And now it would be fun to actually get some cards which... Oh my goodness. Elspeth. 4.7. So it's not actually keeping track of my picks, which also explains the color difference isn't really working. I don't think I can actually go for double white, which is unfortunate. So I cannot take the Elspeth. Second on the list is the Botanist, which is in our colors, so I'll just take it. Botanist is really an MVP. Stormbrood, as I said before, we're not going into white. Fresh Start 3.2. Whoops, the Dragon 2.9. So I still have to figure out how it actually works with the that it actually also keeps track of the cards that I picked. Doesn't seem that it happened. If you know how to do it, please do let me know. Riverwalk technique. Yep. High ranked card. Not surprised. Another dragon, I guess. Well, I think we need the sculptor actually with all the self-mill that we have. So I'll just take it here, otherwise we'll have a very, very bad curve. Spectral Denial has a very high rating. Sure, let's try that. And we do need to do some cutting at some point, of course. So the thing is working, but it's not showing what I picked. So maybe there's some kind of setting that I should do, which does explain that I didn't see any plus or minus. You have 4 copies of this card. Yeah, so I just need to figure out how that works, maybe for a future challenge. And I think we need 1 more playable, or 2 more. And we still have more than half a pack to go. So we don't go for that one. Icewood Serpent, a 3 over the Champion of Dusan. So we'll go for the Serpent. I mean, we have to stick to the challenge somehow. Would like some more 3 drops instead of all these 2 drops. Didn't see anything, unfortunately, for leaving the graveyard, so I'm not sure how good the Ice Climber is. And I also don't think we need that many Wayfarers. I'll take the Cliffs. Yeah, that is a shame. So I did the challenge somewhat, but it didn't show the color modifier minus or plus depending on what you've picked so far. So I have to work that out, but it depends. If you like this challenge anyway, or you want to see me do it again, please do let me know. Unending Whisper is the highest in our colors. Champion of Dusan is a nice 3-drop. Now we still get the dragon. That's just crazy. I think I'll cut 1 more Wayfarer simply because we don't have any stuff with the graveyard. Maybe I'll play the Rite of Renewal and then the Wayfarer is still pretty good. But I think that's about all that we will get this pack. Now let's see what we still have to cut. I think we have way too many 2-drops, even though they are the most important ones. I'm most definitely cutting that one. I think if we play the Rite of Renewal, maybe we do want to play the Climber, simply to middle ourselves. I don't think we need 2 counter spells. Sculptor gets worse if we don't play all the Wayfarers. Don't think we need the Devotee. I think our mana is actually pretty good. Okay. So let's do this. Now, before I forget, I just remembered, welcome to my 1 new subscriber, brings the total to 120. I don't want all this, I'm not even sure, this is probably some... I don't want this, how do you move this? Okay. Yeah, we've got all the colors, we've got a removal spell. I'll do this. Again, we have a lot of 2-drops that we can also draw, so let's hopefully draw it. Okay, Wayfarer is a pretty decent draw. I don't think I want a land actually. And I want... well... yeah, let's just go for that one. At least we have something to Rite of Renewal next turn. Okay, well I'm definitely exiling that even though he can find a land. Or at least he can draw a card, excuse me. Because 4/3 trample and we have pretty much nothing soon. First Blood. 2 target permanent cards, so we can go for land and adapt, which is fine, I guess. Okay, so we are going to block that. Could just wait for him to block, but I don't think I want the Wayfarer anyway, so let's just go for this one. I wouldn't mind the Molten Exile. And of course, if he attacks with the assistant, I will just block. He doesn't know we have the Serpent, so even if he plays something and he puts the lifelink counter on something, we can just bounce it, and that would be very good value. And if he doesn't play anything bounceable, I think I'll just play the Adapt. Ooh. That is a strong card. Bouncing that only helps him, I fear. Yes, I'm going to try and bounce it next turn, I think. So, why do we have this one actually? Okay, I should remove that. Let's just play it anyway. Why do we have the caves in here? Dragonstorm is a good draw. Let's just hope he puts all the exiled stuff on this. We'll get one big damage punch. But then we can just bounce it. We can play this until next turn, which probably makes this flurry trigger if we draw something cheap. Yeah. Please, also the Champion of Dusan. I wonder what this does. It doesn't... I think it's just not uploading my deck, so to say. So maybe we do just bounce it now. At least it will... Yeah, I think we still bounce it. I don't think we can take another 5 damage. Though, if we bounce it next turn, I think it would be better. Because then we can counter it with the Exile. So I don't think we need so many cards. Need the Evolving Wilds here. I will also keep the Exile up for if he plays something huge. But I plan to bounce the Prowler and then counter it next turn. Life is a resource. Yeah, don't really care about that. He has something. I guess he has a pump spell or some kind of exile. And next turn I will just bounce this and keep up the exile for anything that he does. Well, we did get rid of his lifelink. But we are not near winning yet. Maybe I'll start to be a bit more aggressive and then use the Bewildering Blizzard. Or we can wait for him to attack next turn and then use it. But I would like to draw one more instant so that we can flurry in his turn, which would be great. Maybe we'll draw an instant with the Blizzard. We have many of them. We have the dragons that can tap something. Opponent at 18 cards. If he plays this, I think he will just mill again. Okay, interesting. I'll just double block. I mean, if he wants to use a trick for this, that's fine. Just empties his hand. Sure. We are drawing so many lands, it is quite crazy, I must say. Maybe we can mill him out or something. We cannot kill him, unfortunately. So I'll just take this. Wish we could pump the climber, then we could aggressively mill him. Okay. Yeah, he's got quite the board. Oh, that helps. So I think we just exile this. I would have done it in my turn otherwise, but he's just... We don't have a dragon, so this is not an instant. If we did have a dragon, I would do it in his turn. 15 cards. I don't think we can survive long enough to mill him out. We need to draw some actions. We've been drawing a lot of lands. So I think the Ice Climber is dying. The Adept, okay. He'll probably pay 3. Attack for 9. Now we have some decent cards, which helps. Oh, that's just lovely. Lovely, lovely. So we have 5 left, so I'll just do this. Keep up the dragon. And now we could actually play a bit defensively too. He doesn't have great attacks anymore. He must mill 3. Next turn he can... Okay, that is something that is a problem. I don't think he will attack. We cannot tap that, unfortunately, and he can return a creature card, which will probably be the familiar. Okay. Oh my goodness. So many lands. So we have to take 1 hit from this. We have 5, 6, 7, 9. I could have done both actually. We have 9 mana. We have to put something on the board. I hope it's 1 counter, so we go down to 1. I think we have to play this. And then... Unfortunately the champion. Because if the Prowler dies, he can just grow this Guardian huge. We could use the Ice Climber to increase the clock here. So I think the familiar comes back. So we have to block the Guardian simply because otherwise any pump spell is just lethal. Okay, well, I mean, he still doesn't have lethal. We can kill it next turn, it seems. Maybe he has another removal spell. Oh, are we just dead here? So we're not dead. We can use the Riverwalk technique on the Guardian once he tries to put the stuff on it. This is a lot of thinking. We have 12 cards. Yeah, we have to keep up 4. So we could use a maneuver right now. But I don't think it's the best thing to do. I want him to use this on the Guardian. And then we'll bounce the Guardian. And we'll just tap that. We can do both. We are about to deck ourselves here. Okay. So he can counter a creature spell. I do think we have enough in our graveyard to make this big. Okay, so let's do some racing here. Now the annoying thing is I don't think we can actually attack. Because he will just flash in the dude. Yep. Now please put the stuff on the... It is unfortunate that we have to block the Guardian and kill it. We have 6 more cards. I hate it when people already good game me when it's far from over. But I think it actually is good game here. We're down to our last cards. I don't think we can play both. It would be a lot of mana. And we cannot tap that, so yeah, we lose. Well, that was quite the situation. Let me just remove all the lands that somehow got into my deck, but are absolutely not the cards that I want to play. So that's the, what is it, the cards that tap for black. Well, I'm not playing any black cards. So that one and that one. And we'll just put in one more blue. And I think green. Okay, let's try again. It went all right. I mean, let's be honest. We held on for quite a while, and he did have some big dragons. But the hexproof was terrible, and the what is it? The destroy target enchantment thing. That was good. Kind of forgot that he could use that on a fresh start, but I'm not sure if we could find a way out anyway. So you can have all the 2-drops of the world, but simply not have them. Just typical. I think we have like 5 or 6 of them. Well, that is just nice. Thank you, Wayfarer. Now I'll just take a land. Very strong card. 2 mana draw card. It's very good. Now we won't play anything on turn 3, I think. So we just go Evolving Wilds, which also will fill up our graveyard for the Sculptor next turn. I assume he won't play anything, so I'll just find a green. He might have a counter spell. I'll just try and play this. I mean, I'd rather have him counter the Adept than the Sculptor. Because now we keep fueling our graveyard for the Sculptor, which is pretty good, I think. That's a very good card. Yep, very good card. So we can't really kill that. We can bounce it, but I'm not sure how good that is. Yeah, I'll just bounce it. I mean, that means that we can kill it next turn. But he does know how to get his discounts. Death Touch is annoying. I think we just have to get rid of the discount that he has. And if this dies yet again, I might be putting too many eggs in my Sculptor's nest or basket. But now at least we have a lot of stuff to make this big. Yeah, Tony back. Let's just hope he doesn't have another counter spell. That would be very, very bad. So he could get his counterspell back, but at least he cannot play it now. So we'll just play a Sculptor and we'll have our own counterspell. That's actually pretty decent. But we will get some damage, 7 total. And that we will most definitely exile. We are We are drawing a lot of lands. I mean, last game as well. It is very annoying. It doesn't help our cause. Big elephant incoming. Let's hope we get our... Oh, that's even worse. Can we win the race? I don't think we can. But I'll just kill this anyway. And we won't attack because we have decent blocks. Yeah. Yeah, that's just over. Pretty sure we cannot top deck anything here. Well, that is something. Let me just see. We have 5 mana left. I think this is the best play. I would like to put that card at least back into my library. Excuse me. We just can't really risk it. Now we'll just go into Mammoth, I think. Yep. So many lands, my goodness. It feels like we're playing 20. What are you doing, deck? Why are you drawing so many lands? So painful. Well, am I playing? I'm not playing like 18 lands, right? Where does it show? 17. Get rid of that. Yeah, we're just flooded like crazy. This might be the last game, and if, well, you know, at least we did a challenge, but I think it's pretty conclusive that unless the add-on works properly, it's not the best guidance to build a deck, and I'm also pretty sure that it's not the way that it's intended. But it is a good tool to find out which cards are surprisingly good, and which are pretty bad. Now it actually shows my deck and stuff. It didn't do that before. Whew, saucy. Opponent playing black and white. At least we have... He played something we could tap, and we most definitely will. Mm-hmm. What is with all our lands? What is with all the lands? Eight lands in the top 12 cards. Yeah, sure. So I think we exile that next turn. And we'll just tap the Marshal. Then at least it seems like he doesn't have great attacks. He could attack with the Devotee and I will just block, and then he'll have to use some mana to do the rest of his stuff. Well, that is a card that will probably kick our ass. Should have played that after combat, by the way. So next turn we can go Dragon. But opponent's still at 19, which is very painful, and his dudes are growing bigger and bigger. Okay, so maybe we can still kill something. Plus some counter and destroy. Yeah, that won't really work, will it? I think we have to do that next turn with this dragon. So if he attacks, we'll just double block the pack beast, I think. Yeah, he's just building an army. So I think we just get rid of the pack beast before it gets too big. We don't have anything to get back with the right of renewal. I'll just block in any way possible, simply so that we can use this. Please do attack. Let's just bounce that dude. But it is going to be a race against the clock. Can we play both of these if we have right of renewal? We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We could. But let's just do Appraiser first. Champion is actually good enough to just play here. And we do still have quite some chomping of chompers. But once this dragon dies, I think we're just dead here. And once he also starts to gain life. He'll just get it back this turn. Play it again, it will be big again. But we have the right of renewal to get that one back if we want. And nothing else yet. Oh, another dragon is nice. It doesn't increase the clock. So I think we'll just attack with the dragon. Play the other dragon. Put a counter on that. And this way he has to find an answer for both our dragons, because they're both lethal. And if he attacks with everything, we'll just block pretty much everything. Okay, good game. We actually won a game, which is good, even though we drew a lot of lands at the beginning. Though maybe it's not completely fair, because I drew the lands from using a non-creature spell. So maybe it wasn't that terrible after all, but it sure did feel like being very swamped. So if you use Arena Tutor yourself, please do let me know if you know how I can get the overlay to actually keep track of the cards that I pick. So that maybe next time if I do this challenge again, it works. No blue, but we have 2 removal spells. I'm keeping this. he does have blue. Lucky him. So I think we'll just be removing any stuff that he plays, especially if it's... Okay, well, I don't think I care about that too much. Oh, lovely. I think the Dragonstorm is the best here. Would like to find another land. And I guess I'll get rid of the Whisper. Decent. Maybe he plays 5 colors, would be impressive. Okay, so it's 4. Appraiser is a very good draw. Hope to find another land so that we can double spell next turn. It's very important to hit all your land drops. I know the dragon is also a very good card, but okay. So I'm not going to exile that, I'm just going to play the Adept. Or maybe I shouldn't have played the land. Yeah, well now I can play that next turn, of course. We can return the dragon, which is good. Ouch. Nearly made a mistake. So I think it's best to just put a threat on the board, and then next turn we can start killing some stuff. But this is quite the annoying... Oh my goodness. Those are going to be some big dudes. Okay, so he's not attacking, so that means that we can kill some stuff. Aegis Sculptor is very nice. I think we just have to go for a lot of tapping and stuff. We do have a dragon to foretell, so if we attack with the Adapt, we can do somewhat of a blowout. We have 2, 4, 6. Seven actually. I think we just have to jump and tap. I think that will be the plan. And we'll keep up the exiles. I don't want him to gain any life. So we'll be jumping one of the battle priests. And we can take some... Oh, well, this is just... no, I'm not going to block with both. Let's just do it like this. He should attack with those two. It's just crazy. So I don't want to get rid of any good permanent cards. We can deal 7. Next turn we can deal 8, which means he's not dead yet. Let's just build jumpers and keep attacking. Next turn he's probably attacking with all 3, I think. And we'll just exile. And jump. We cannot kill the other one. So yeah, let's just prevent most of the damage. Well, maybe... He might have something. But let's just try it like this. Yep. This could increase our clock with the Champion of Dusan. Right. Oh, that's lovely. So we almost have lethal here, which is just sad that we don't. But we've got 2 for 10 mana. We can write a renewal, and then we have 1 blocker. I think it's best to do this. Whoops. Now let's take minimum risk. And now we have 2 lethal targets, because I put the counter on the dragon. And if he does something crazy, we can still block. Wow. Didn't need our right of your renewal even. Kind of surprised that we took the win there. Didn't expect it. But our opponent should have been more aggressive. Especially if you know that your opponent, so that's from the third person me, has a control deck, late game stuff. You should just be more aggressive, make him lose creatures even though you also lose creatures. Yeah, this is decent. Yep. Sure, I'll play it. Should not forget to play the cliffs first. Unless I draw a green 2-drop, then I'll play the highlands. I don't think he has anything I want to put the fresh start on turn 2. Or even 1. It is annoying. Okay. Don't really care about the Wayfarer. I do like myself a Dragonstorm. Guess we'll get rid of the Champion of Dusan, simply because we can get it back later if we want. And now we'll just go Appraiser, trade it for anything. I do hope that he stops adding to the board. Wow. I would like to draw a Whale of War, please. Yes, Storm Shell. Now we cannot play it yet, but I don't think that's a problem. We can even return the island if we badly need with a renewal. Yeah, that's going to hurt. I think the Storm Shell might be gone. But still, I think he has to do the right of renewal, because whatever... Unless he goes for the Riverwalk technique. Okay, that's interesting. Of course I'll block. A untapped land wouldn't be the worst draw. So that we can go Rite of Renewal into these two. Yeah, let's keep a blue. I would like to play the Climber as well. So an untapped land would be nice. Okay, there's an untapped land. And Champion of Dusan is interesting with the Climber, simply to have a 2/3 unblockable that mills. Mills and deals 2 damage, but I'm not sure how good it is to mill my opponent too. Oh, yeesh. Okay, so I think we fresh start that. Do some this. He doesn't seem the renew deck, so let's just see if we can mill the opponent to a turn for free. Oh, he exiled my Storm Shell. That's just mean. Okay, let's attack first. We'll just mill him. I mean, who knows? No need to play the Ice Serpent just yet. I think the this dragon is a better blocker. And it's also harder to kill. So if he has the... what is it? The big black destroy target creature, pay more if it's a dragon. He cannot kill it at the moment. Because of it costs 5 and it has War 2. Okay, so that's how he can kill it, which is unfortunate. But you know, it's not the end of the world. I think Roiling Dragonstorm is always the best option to do first. I think I'm going to Rite of Renewal the... I don't think the Serpent is... well, I think it's better than the Botanist. We won't be attacking anytime soon anyway. So let's attack first. He has something. Okay, well, I would like to get the Sculptor, but maybe adding to the board is best and just bounce his token. And if he wants to save the token, I mean, wow. He must have big plans for the token. Okay, so now I'll just go Renewal into Sculptor and Island Dragon. I would like to shuffle this one into my library. And now we can actually mill him even faster. So let's just try that. Three a turn. I'm liking it. And if he doesn't play anything crazy now, I think we're good. And even though we can just bounce and counter it. Oh, there goes my whole game plan. so let's just do this. Fill our graveyard. Keep up a big old counter spell. Fill my graveyard even more. And let's find a green source or whatever. Sure. So we can counter for 4. Or, no, we don't have enough for the Riverwalk technique. Yep, that's good stuff. Yeah, so let's just remove any... I do have a way to get permanence back. Oh, of course. That happens. Well, that's fine. I'll just play the big dragon. Kind of forgot about the reach and death touch there. That's a good draw. Okay, yeah, that was just a moment of not paying attention. Aw. Why? Why do you do what you do? Let's just play a big old dragon. I don't need to Dragonstorm right now. I'll just keep up the exile if he plays something that we can kill. And otherwise we can just bounce it, which is also pretty decent. Opponent is apparently drawing quite the lands, which is unfortunate for him. Opponent on a 3-turn clock. I'll just keep up the exile and... No, I think we have the upper hand. I think next turn we can double spell. Now we can either counter something that he... Well, let's just try and kill that at least. Well, maybe... I'm not going to do it now. I want, if he has a counter spell or a response, I want to be able to use the technique. So let's just try and kill it now. Okay. Better safe than sorry. At least in this case. If I were to try and kill it in his turn, and he had a Snakeskin Veil, I would be in big trouble. And this way we played around it. And there was no need really to kill it in his turn. So I might as well try it in mine while I can counter his counterspell. Keeping. Missing some lands, but I'm putting quite some trust in my Wayfarer. Hoping to find a blue. But to be honest, any land would be nice. Oh no. What are you doing? This is not what you got hired for. Okay. Let's find a blue or a red land, or one that taps for both. Yeah, I'll just attack. I mean, otherwise he will. And I'll just block. We can return the start and the ice climber if we badly want to. But I guess I'll just go dragon at some point to play the Storm Shell on the next turn. Oh, don't go for my Storm Shell. It's the second game. I've never gotten to play it. Yeah, I've gotten to play it once, by the way. If he goes for the Rise of Renewal, he probably thinks that it goes to the graveyard, which I would really like. What? That is maybe the strangest pick ever. I mean, what on earth was that? Why would you get rid of the only card that I cannot play? He is crazy. So we can exile anything. So we just exile this. No dragon. And we'll just tap his Devotee. And there's a land to play the Storm Shell. I mean, that's just the craziest thing I've ever seen. Son of Midgard, if you see this, what is your motivation to exile the only spell that I could not play? Maybe he just wanted to do the counter thing and was scared that something would die? I'm not sure. Okay. So we want him to block with that one, so we'll tap that one. Or at least try to tap it. He might have a Snakeskin Veil. That is a good card. That's a very good card. So many dragons. It's a complete tap fest. I'm just going to use this dragon again on one of his during his turns. Simply because then I think we might be close to lethal at least. And a good Right of Renewal to block both. What is it? To tap both of them. Okay, so that's something that we want to bounce. Oh. I mean, this is just mean. Let's always play the Dragonstorm first. Okay, good game. I was going to get rid of the Champion of Dusan, then we could kill one of his creatures and we could tap the other one. 4 and 3, and I am not allowed to complain because actually the last few games have gone very well, very well. As long as you're not flooded, it's good. Alright, well, I just found out that I didn't really turn on my lighting properly, so I hope I wasn't too spooky on the camera. We are 4 and 3 at the moment, which I must say is a lot better than I expected after the first 2 games where we were just, well, somewhat unlucky as well, I guess. Alright, well, I think this is an excellent hand. One thing to top it all off would be, of course, a 2-drop. But as long as the opponent's not going too aggressive, I think we should be fine. Alright, well, black and red are the aggressive colors. Especially with white, which he will probably play now. Oh, okay. I am stupid. I should have played the stupid Highlands first. Yep. First misplay of the match. Check. Well, let's just get to turn 6 that we can play the Blizzard. Oh. Which will hopefully help. Hexproof or monocolored, oh my goodness. That's going to be very painful. So we will be doing a lot of what is it called? Jumping. Okay, so now we can kill something at instant speed, which is, I think, something that we must do. Whichever he will want to put the blade on. Oh, no land. Crap. I really needed a land there, simply to be able to play the Ice Ridge Serpent next turn. He's probably going to put the Dragonfire Blade on the Bear of Glory. Okay. Wow. Yes, please. I mean, if he has something, of course, I'm crying, but I'm not sure what he could have had the Exile, but this is a great trade for us. Okay, so now we go Adapt. Though, once he has that on, it will be very painful. Yeah, we can jump with the Appraiser. Let's just go Adapt. We don't have anything else to do, so let's find a green source. And not attack. +2/+2. So that makes it a 3/5, which we cannot block. This is only creature, unfortunately. Okay, so I guess we are going to bounce the Dawnbreaker. Could also just play the dragon, but he will probably put the thing on it. We cannot double spell, unfortunately. So I think any play that we do which slows him down is good enough for us at the moment. Free damage. And I think I have to use the Bewildering Blizzard defensively. And I also think I have to play this dragon at some point, simply to be able to put some pressure. No, I won't. I am going to tap his Dawnbreaker in response of him equipping the blade. So now we draw the Exile, which is okay, but it's not amazing. And we don't have a dragon to behold, unfortunately. I'm not even sure if we have something against this. I think we've got nothing. I mean, we can Blizzard once and counter whatever he plays. But I don't know if we actually even have something that's non-land permanent. Oh, that might work. And we didn't draw a dragon, unfortunately. So we can bounce the blade and counter it, I guess. But we have to find a dragon, which is unfortunate. And he still has flyers, by the way. Yeah, this is going to be very difficult to come back from. That does help. Alright. Thinking cap, go. We have 9 mana. We could play this, but that's not amazing. We can use the technique on the Dragonfire Blade and then tap the Dawnbreaker. And then counter the thing, perhaps. Okay, so we... Yeah. Hexproof on monocolored is... for our deck is just terrible. I don't think we have any double colored stuff that can deal with this. Multicolored, of course. We're at 7, so it's going to be very, very difficult. Let's go for the Dragonfire Blade. We tap everything. We draw dragon into dragon. It is what we do. And if he plays this, we can't even counter it, unfortunately. Unless we get the Riverwalk technique back, but I don't think we have a way to do that. Especially now. Oh. Yeah, well, I can only applaud to people who bring such a deck. Maybe if he doesn't play the Bear of Glory? Okay. I guess I'm going to need a life gain here. We're just defending and stuff. I hope he plays something else before he plays the Dragonfire Blade. That way we can counter it, but I'm fairly positive that that won't happen. And even if we do counter it, I think we still can't get back from this. Wow, he actually does it. That's crazy. Well, if there's a chance, this is our chance. And now let's just see if we can survive this turn. I don't think we can, but you know, it's something. We can get the Storm Shell back and then the Appraiser. But I think we're already dead here. If he attacks with everything, we go to 5. We take 3, we go to 2. We can block. Yeah, if he attacks with everything, we're dead. Oh, we're very dead. Well, I must say, it is admirable how long we kept going with the counterspell. If only he would not attack with everything. I think he still has lethal, by the way. Yep. Good game, son. Yep. He played very well. Anyway, it was another challenge. We actually did not lose too many gems because we ended in a 4-3, which gets us some packs, which in turn get us gems. Now, if you want to know how to get gems, there's a guide for my in my educational videos on how to exchange your wildcards into gems. Now, thank you for watching. I hope you like what I did. Let me just open these packs, show you all the gems, and I wish you a very good day. Goodbye.
Grab the card, shuffle dreams in the palms. Dad's drafts roll heavy, we bombing like psalms. Stacks on the table, strategies to flex. Running these lines like counterspell checks. Dad drafts in the zone, pulling rares from the throne. Mana on the stack, magic seeds we've sown. From poppers to planeswalkers, the board gets owned. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown. Welcome to Dad's Drafts, your new homegrown.